one person in chat. Is there actually someone here who can tell me if the sound is finally functional? Apparently, I don't know. There's a weird change where all of my devices decided to no longer list the Blue Yeti, but instead USB Advanced Audio Device. So I'm hoping that fixed that. For anyone who's coming in now, am I still muted, Zook? Is that still an issue? No, which you wouldn't tell me. I'm asking people to tell me if it's. Yeah, okay. So let me just do a brand new audio device. Audio input capture. Okay, is it still muted? I'm hoping this fixed it with my newest attempt at something. Okay, good. Okay, so that's 4 minutes of nice. Yeah, so two things. One, I normally do this with Justin. Justin's not gonna have power for he thinks up to a week. So I just thought I'd open it up as a chance to chill. People want to talk about baseball, want to chill out. If they want to talk about other things, that can happen as well. Just kind of I guess, a chill session. I rather than sit here and just work post production all by myself, I thought I would open it up. Um, I don't know, my capture devices have been a little bit weird, so that explains why there was just 5 minutes of silence at the start of this. But yeah, trying something different. We'll see what people think. It's attempting to do something fun for people. We'll see if people want to do it, take part, ask questions, just talk about random stuff. People liked the live show yesterday, and I ran out of time to do all the questions. So I wanted to try to maybe bottle that or find a way to still provide that for people. But yeah, and then I don't have restrictions if it's mine and not on the Locked On Guardians. So that's why I'm doing it here. This can be whatever it is. It doesn't have to be something where I have to worry about. I'm very thankful for my corporate overlords, but I also don't have to worry about time limits or focus. So. But yeah, no. Anyone has questions? People want to talk about anything? Throw it in the chat, and I can respond that way. Otherwise, I am just going to continue to work on my post production. It's all the fun of putting in limits and cutting out ads for the ad free and all those little things. Uploading the video, using Canva to create all the behind the scenes little bits that are not exactly thrilling, I am sure. But yeah, this is what it is. I don't really have a plan. 3 concurrent viewers. So again, yeah, throw things in chat so we have things to discuss or go. Normally, like I said, Justin and I just kind of talk about what we're going to do next, what's coming up. Today's show feels a little silly that I just finished recording because in my mind the Twins bullpen was much worse than it is. Twins pitching is better than I thought, and I kind of had to self-correct in the middle of the show so people can laugh at that when that episode fully drops tomorrow. There's a big episode of mostly just trying to talk people down. Negativity is spiraling, understandably, right now. Yeah, it's so much doom and gloom. Like, this is the team with the fourth best record in baseball. Why are we acting like this is the team a year ago, or why are we hating on managerial decisions in the front office? It feels like such a knee-jerk reaction. It's people can feel how they feel. I don't want anyone to also feel like I'm telling you how to feel, but why is everything immediately the world is falling apart? This team is terrible. They're not going to even make the postseason, and I don't understand that view on it. I believe in Stephen Vogt. Right, that was the the Oakland thing when he was there. Like I think he's still making the right calls. I think this is a fun team. Tomorrow show. Yeah, and I talked about that on the show, and I also talked about like they have the worst BABIP in baseball since July. It's been an unlucky team. If they didn't have the worst BABIP in baseball, they would have won multiple games of the last 5 they had lost. And I know people are like, that's not how sports work, but like it also explains how things are working in spite of like you can get so focused on just the negative of it and not see like the process is still working. It's just sometimes the results. Baseball's weird, right? Like sometimes the results and the process don't match. The last time this team made the World Series was the worst postseason team they've had. And yes, Andrew Miller was at the max of his power, so maybe some will tell me that's not a fair take, but like it kind of is. Like we know that rotation wise, that team was a mess, and past Miller and Allen, I white knuckled everybody who came out of that pen. But you know, we also know enough to know like sometimes it's less about how good you are and how good you are in the moment, or you know how much things work in the moment. Like John Kensey Noel, 2 hits, right? Both probably shouldn't have been hits. They were really weak hits, but you know, trying to like there's you know Corbin Carroll made a few catches like to steal hits away, and like that's they had you know it's just the luck of the game, which doesn't really happen in other sports. It's part of what makes baseball a little bit more fun. Is the random variance is a lot higher. Well, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I was trying to do something different, trying to throw some positivity out there in the video world, but looks like people aren't quite interested. Maybe if I just made it a video about being angry, uh, I'd have a few more people in here checking it out. But I don't know. I refuse to sink to the doom and gloom of it all. Oh, I saw Jess, and this is the other thing too. Like, so Jess Winker is trending because he's been terrible for the Mets. And this kind of annoyed me today. Like, I saw so many people already calling like the Lane Thomas deal a bust. And it's like it's been 4 or 5 games. It's not enough to say like this guy is terrible, and it's like he actually had a pretty good day for the team. Just seems. Oh, there is a. I mean, and we see it all the line. There's such a rush to on Twitter. It just shows us all the time how much the rush is to be angry, how much people seem to give in to that unfortunate feeling. Rage sells, right? Okay, let's do figure out what the thumbnail is. Yeah, like so Lane Thomas, yeah, he expanded the zone, but I mean, so did everybody today. It was unfortunate, but he also had a hit and a walk and had a game-saving catch in center field. Like if he has a hit in the ninth, like he's the player of the game, and it's not even debatable. Which I mean, I know anyone who has the walk-off, you say that about, but it's like he reached base 2 other times in that game, and his play in center field was huge. Like Cade Smith gives up another run after not giving up one since I think April. Was that what Justin said last time he was here? But no, it's a focus that he expands in the ninth there, and it's like, you know, yeah, he expanded, but Bo Naylor really badly expanded, and you know, the inning before that when you had Quan, I mean, they had opportunities upon opportunities, and that was the frustration for me in this one. It was just like they got guys on base, and the heart of the order didn't do it, and then. I mean, no one did it, and I'm okay with that. And I'm not sitting here saying like they're terrible, but yeah, you need a bit more, or you needed the luck to work in your favor. and they have the worst batted ball luck. And I brought this up on the show, and I'm sure probably too much. It's like it matters a lot that the same way that people got so mad a year ago with Benson and Nolan Jones when their BABIP was unsustainable. This team right now has the worst BABIP in baseball, and that's part of their unluckiness. And I do believe they'll be fine, and I do believe they'll play better. But are they going to be great? No. Are they going to be top 10 offense? I doubt it. But everything is set up for this team to be in the upper half, and that's all they need. Okay, now what is I wonder, kind of afraid. I gotta go look for an image, and I'm like, what is a good image from today's games? I think I might take the Lane Thomas catch. It's probably about the highlight. It's either that or Jose. This is the part where it's like hard to talk and type. Yeah, I remember when the Yankees fell apart. Now they have the best team and best record in baseball. Like, I saw the Yankees fans losing their stuff pretty consistently for about a month there, and now not so much. Like, every team has ups and downs, but when it's your team, it's just more pronounced because you're watching them every single day. Which, I mean, I get it, and I hate telling people how to feel, but I also just get so many people who want to get so mad, and they fought. Like a year ago, this team would have been consistently blown out in games like this, and that wasn't the case today. Like, and it wasn't the case in any of these losses. Like, they fought in all of them, and I think that matters. And that's the thing. Like, everybody hated their team's deadline. Like, no one was happy, which is why it's kind of like minorly funny. Like, no, but like, people are like, this team needs to be sold. The front office fired for not going all in. It's like, where was the all in to go? Like, that's my big view on this whole silly thing. Is like, there wasn't an all in to be had. Like, no, there just, I mean, not a single top 100 prospect was sold off. There just was not a lot of things that were going that would have made it so you could sit back and make that exciting trade. There was no big names. Jack Flaherty was probably the biggest name, and if you listen to the broadcast today, they talked about how, I mean, there was big health concerns there, and Cleveland was trying, but they also didn't want to trade in the division and Fetty, and it's like, if you weren't going to get Fetty or Flaherty, like, who was the starter to get? Like, one could make a case that it is Cobb. I don't know, it just, again, it feels like raging for the sake of raging, unfortunately, and I'm just not, I guess, built for that as much as other people are. You know, and I watched the game. I played some video games while it was happening as a way to distract me from the innate annoyance of the struggles in the game itself. And I think that also helped me during the course of the game. It, it had its own set of issues for sure, but I think when you take two steps back, both of those games they could have won. Like if you weren't watching that first game, it looks like on paper that they weren't in it, but like they could have won that game. They could have totally. It's just Anthony Ghost imploding kind of made it so they didn't, but they could have been in on both of those games just as easily have won either one. Um, well, as much as I appreciate the few of you who have joined me, it feels like okay. They can be incredibly frustrating at the plate, and that's just almost sadly how they've been built. Um, but oh, like so close, right? And it's the problem with the singles hitters is like they can get all those guys on base and they can't get them across, or you know, Jose has to hit the home run like when there's no one on base instead of when you know the next inning when he had guys in front of him. It's the ifs, ands, and the whats. It's what makes baseball great, and it's what makes it incredibly frustrating is that there's so much of that. There's so much more volatility and random variance than any other sport. So I play a silly Star Wars game on my phone. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I played some of that, and then I played my Steam Deck a little bit. I've been replaying the original Steam World Dig with the new Steam World game coming out. Before that, I was doing a little bit of Baldur's Gate, bit of Baldur's Gate 3, finally going back and playing that. Those have been kind of my primary rotation of games. Nope, this is not no ad. This is... No, I can't do anything. Two things. I want to come in and cannibalize this video. Some of the big things when I'm doing post-production is how much can I pull from a previous video in terms of things that are pre-written or pre-done. So when I talk about cannibalization under my breath, it's that way. I've always liked CRPGs, so like Baldur's Gate 3 is kind of meant for me as I played both the other ones, and you know, it's like I played the Pillars of Eternity games, and you know, I'm having fun with it. I don't know if I love it quite as much as like Baldur's Gate 2, but Baldur's Gate 2 was also like a seminal game. Like it was one of those games that was like the first time I really played a game like that. So I think it's fun. You know, it's worth checking out if you like role-playing games in particular and you don't mind walls of text. But oh, that's right. This is the wrong. Yeah, that's why that doesn't look correct. I talk to myself a lot as I'm doing post-production, so so that is set. Wait a second. Is this not... Did I put these in the wrong place? Darn it. No, this was the correct one. This is the incorrect one. Wrong order. I haven't done that in a while. Close that tab. Can close that tab. And then I want to take my previous tags. And put those in the tags here. Click save. Oh, I put that in the wrong part, didn't I? I didn't even need to do that here. That was dumb. So grab all of this. No, wait. This is the one I need to keep it in. Yes, this is the one I can delete it from. Nope. Wait. A little bit like the first Dragon Age Origins. I felt like, with the third game, that was more of kind of a solo game where you didn't have to like command your companions as much. And the second one was pure action based on a lot of the settings. So, it's definitely worth a try. It's you'll probably figure out pretty early in if it's for you or not for you. Wait, am I trying to create? Okay, I just need to... This is all messed up. Okay, that's got pre and post roll. Is this only has pre-roll? Okay. Apparently I just can't do post-production today. Yeah, I would say it's most like the first Dragon Age, because the first Dragon Age Origins is made by the people who made the original Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2, so it was supposed to be kind of their spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate. So it does have a degree of that, for sure, in it with the first one. So now this is here. So this is all correct. And then... And then I need to grab... I mean, if you got Game Pass, it doesn't hurt to give it a try. It's, it is definitely a game, though, where I'm half afraid to, like, not open every single barrel just because I'm going to miss something important. But I think, like, your mileage can vary depending on, how much you want to try every little thing or not try every little thing. Well, man, I think I'm going to call this one a show. It's kind of a rough try, but thank you for showing up, showing out. I'm just kind of curious to see what it was like. Maybe I think next time I'll try one of these when the game's actually happening and try to do a stream in real time. But I appreciate you, Zook, for joining me. Have a great rest of your evening. And, it's probably too late for this tonight. I figured it was worth a try, but have yourself a great evening, man.